I can't sleep. I just watched a program. I watched I watched Extraction, half of that. I lost interest in. It's a pretty good movie. And I watched my Lou Reed documentary today. It's pretty lonely out here. My only real friend is locked up on terrorism charges that are phony. And I feel real bad he got locked up, but I hope he's doing well in prison, and I hope he gets out soon. I don't know what his sentence is, and I have no way to contact him. It was just, I looked him up, and it was in the news. My friend's Malik Muhammad Nassar. I'm sure he didn't mean any harm, and I think it's a false charge. I got locked up on a sex offender case in Grand Rapids for pissing in public, and they said I was masturbating because I was real drunk and got an altercation with the security guard. So you can see how little things can even turn into a sex offense case. It's something as simple as relieving yourself peeing when you're drunk. And I did about 70 days for that altogether, and it felt like a year. I was terrified in that jail. I was on Murder Row in Kent County, the mentally ill division. Anyway, what are your opinions on things, Hit me back. I'm just going to be on here for a few minutes. I'm going to do another Bible study, and I'm not really in the mood to do Bible study. I've been watching Dracula. It was so cool. Dracula was just such a cool movie, man. It was so awesome. Always flicking my hair back, trying to look presentable on here. My hair's kind of wild. I'm growing it out. The med's just not working tonight. I drink coffee, and it's gonna keep me up all the way till morning. And then I'm gonna ask for some sleeping medication in the morning. Tomorrow is gonna be Monday. It becomes like a drag till the first when I get my stimulus check. I'll be rolling in dough. So glad Trump did that. Yeah, I feel bad for all the people who are unemployed. I've been unemployed for a long time, like 6 years, and I just collect a small SSDI check. It's enough for have a little bit of pocket money and pay my rent. And the problem is because I have another payee, my family treats my money like it's their money, which is really wrong. But my mom recently had been very generous with money, buying me a computer and a television, a Blu-ray, a radio, and a printer. Just plenty of stuff that's around. Calculate the price because it's not outrageous. It's about $750 for the computer and printer, and it's about $550 for this. So they've only spent about $1,400 altogether, which is awesome. That's a ton of money. My mom could help me out. She gives a lot of money to my sister. I don't know what she does, but she has her own status in her own life. I haven't talked to my sister in a decade. And I have no plans to contact her. I've tried to reach out to her, but there's no interest on both sides. I'd like to talk to her again, but her name's Amy, and I don't see her that much. I haven't seen her in 10 years. Like I said, no contact. She's kind of forsaken the family, but I understand she bums a whole lot of money off my mom. My mom didn't let me drive a car when I was younger, even though she bought my sister and brother cars. And it was just an awful childhood. Imagine the most awfulest childhood times 10. And that's my childhood. But they're making up. I'm old now. I'm 37. I'm all grown up. I've been to prison. I've been to jail, multiple jails. I used to do retail thefts in Chicago, and we get caught all the time. They kept slapping me on the wrist. Now I'm in North Vegas. I did do a retail theft in Las Vegas. I stole from a Walmart just $3 worth of beer. And I felt bad, man. I'm never going to steal ever again. Stealing is really wrong. The Bible talks a lot about thieves saying they get their fill. and then they have to pay punishment in court. When they say get their fill, it's the only thing they steal is alcohol or drugs or cigarettes. They never, food. They're always just looking for a fix. You gotta feel bad for people like that. America really tends to treat that problem better than other countries, But there's not a stiff punishment for that because it's so common. Unlike the retail theft loss prevention agent has become so common, you know. Anyway, I'm just up tonight. I'm gonna talk for a few minutes. I've been watching movies. I watched Rise of Skywalker. I'm gonna give you a review of Rise of Skywalker. Here it is right here. This is my Rise of Skywalker DVD. I'm gonna do a review of the movie. Rise of Skywalker is really well done. The special effects were fantastic. Billy D. Williams still looked young. The rest of the cast, I don't know their names, did a great job. Rey was good. The scene with Luke Skywalker was good. It really was, I think, the best Star Wars story ever told. And I think it was fantastically done. I thought The Last Jedi was well done, even though I didn't think The Force Awakens was that well done. But it completely ties into The Last Jedi, the redemption of Ben Solo, also known as Kylo Ren, the end and fall of Sidious from his own granddaughter. I think it was an awesome movie. And she says she's a Skywalker because she doesn't want to say I thought it was so awesome, that movie, so well done. And the special effects were beyond great. The action scenes were great. It never lost you. It was an excellent movie, And I saw this movie again. This movie, Syriana, is worth looking at again. Very well done. And I'm watching movies on Tubi. I watched this Lou Reed documentary on Netflix. I watched Dracula. I can't recommend Dracula enough. And I'm going to do a spoiler review. So if you haven't seen this program, please see it. This is a spoiler review with spoilers. Dracula, bursts out of this old man. And the nun asks him if he had sexual intercourse with. He kills this old guy, kills him 2 times. You feel so bad for him. He takes this nun as his wife. Then he's on a boat, killing people left and right, pretending he's not the killer to everyone on the boat. And damn, the actor who played Dracula was so good because it starts off slow and foreboding, and then it's really high budget. It was an awesome Dracula. It's on Netflix now. Anyway, drinking a Pepsi. I'm not supposed to. I'm gonna have a cigarette in here. I love making music. I can't wait to get that guitar. It's gonna be so much fun. I always throw that filter off because I like real strong cigarette. I love Pepsi. Some people say Pepsi tastes like motor oil. I just think it's an awesome cola, So I had a friend, man. I made a friend in the park, but I never saw him again. He gave me a bowl of PCP meth weed. I got high as fuck. Well, I'm 37. When the COVID crisis ends, I'm gonna get a job and try to get an apartment and a car. Girlfriend. I like to start my own church up. I'd like to be a pastor at my own church, but that's only a dream for now. But I'm dreaming big and living in reality. It's kind of like what Eminem says in 8 Mile. Sometimes you realize instead of thinking way up here, I live right here in ground reality, Anyway, I want to get a game system too. I'm going to buy a PS4 again. I had one of those in 6 years. I can't believe it's been 6 years. That's just so awesome. Games look so cool too. I love gaming. I don't feel bad wasting time playing a game. They're fucking fun. They're well made. They're like the new entertainment, for many years. So what do you guys think about a girl's one? I stay in this, man. I like to stay in this New Testament word, the letters of Paul, Revelation, and the Gospels. John, Luke, Mark, and Matthew. Or Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, how everyone says. But I know the Bible like the back of my hand. I love reading it. It's a wisdom of pleasure, joy. You got to learn about Jesus. Please pick one up if you haven't. It'll change your life. I guarantee you, if you give it just 20 minutes a day, it'll change your life. If you've never been a Bible reader, it'll change your life for the better. Because you have basic instructions before leaving Earth. Exactly. Anyway, I smoke. I wish I never started. I like to smoke though. I smoke. It's like going to an AA meeting. You stop drinking and drugging so much. But it's a cigarette cough. Ooh, it's a bad one that time. You smoke more cigarettes, drink more Pepsi, eat more food and coffee when you're coming off these drugs. I've been clean now. Only I'm drinking 2 6-packs a week and smoking marijuana 3 times a week. That I smoke laced marijuana though, which is very potent. I've just been buying whatever the drug dealers sell me in this park up here. It's a real nice park, and there's always a drug dealer selling something, or someone just with loose marijuana because it's legal out here, but it's something like, but it's legal and their stores that sell it all over Las Vegas. Anyway, just smoking a cigarette. We were coast to coast AM with our bell. That was my favorite radio program. Started out here in Las Vegas. I'm right by Area 51. I checked out Area 51 on the outskirts of it twice. Nellis Air Force Base. Las Vegas is becoming the most famous city in the world. It really is. You guys, like the headquarters is awesome out here. It's so people are totally hip, more happy, more beautiful, more happy, more fashionable, more nice than the Midwest, which is kind of like, what's interested, ignorant fucks. Yeah, they are really ignorant in Chicago. That's the dumbest fuck of a place I ever saw in my life. People there are just what Islam calls the Jal. The most meanest type of people live in Chicago. The most the meanest basest sort of people. So wherever the Jal is, I'm sure his headquarters. I'm sure he's gonna make a big visit in Chicago, because that's his crowd. They're like fucking airheads, man. The people who live in that city, I feel bad for them because 700,000 people have moved out of that city. It's mostly minorities who are acting like savages, doing a lot of racial crimes on the train. I stayed out there for 20 years, even though I hitchhiked to Wisconsin, many communities out there, Indiana, Illinois, and Michigan.